All right, this is the Bearman coming at you from my Main Street studio, broadcasting from anywhere and everywhere. Today I want to share some thoughts on a particular individual, a bad actor we all know, who I've come to call Don the John. And I hope you all know what a John is because that gives you a good idea of who we're talking about here, and it's not just his middle name I'm referring to. Now, Don the John isn't your typical criminal. He's carved out a pretty brazen way of doing things. He commits his acts right out in the open, with a clear sense of his own importance and a chilling lack of concern for anyone but himself. Unlike most crooks who operate in the shadows, he uses a masterful sleight of hand to rip off people, and often his victims are painfully aware of what's happening. He even goes so far as to brag about his crimes, as if he's above the law. What's more, he does his crimes only to prove his absolute power over everything and anything. For him, it's all about having absolute power, and then bragging about how great he is. It's like he's the star of some bad X-rated reality show that's on every channel, 24/7. This guy possesses apex predator intelligence. Every move is calculated, never random. His throne isn't built on popularity, but on power, dependency, fear, and admiration. His subjects and dependents bend the knee, not always out of respect, but because standing is no longer an option. And always, if anyone steps out of line, they will face total ruin, perfectly timed. If a victim dares to seek justice, Don the John's influence runs deep. He's got a loyal police force and attorneys general who seem to be in his corner, making any attempt at legal recourse pretty much useless. And if by some small chance a case actually goes to trial, there's very little hope for a fair outcome if it's in front of one of his judges. This level of corrupt control, combined with the constant threat of retaliation, leaves most victims feeling intimidated and unwilling to call for help. They're caught in a system that Don the John seems to exploit with ease. Okay, so we know who and what he is, and it isn't good. The big question is no one in a position of power either wants to or know how to fix it. I see it as being witness to a nuclear explosion. You know what's coming but don't know how to get out of the way. Just duck and cover isn't going to save us.